Remember this date, September 3, 2022. Zimbabwe have beaten Australia in an ODI by 3 wickets. This is very, very historic, folks, for a couple of reasons. Number one, in their 39-year existence of playing cricket, Zimbabwe have won an ODI in Australia for the first time ever. Yes, folks, Zimbabwe have won an ODI in Australia for the first time ever. And this is only their third ODI win against Australia in their entire history. Remember, folks, they started playing cricket against each other from 1983 onwards. They won the first time in 1983, but after that, they had to wait 29 years for their second win. And now, 8 years later, they have finally achieved their first ever ODI win in Australia. The stat and the feat is enormous, folks, because Australia were bundled out for 141 with Ryan Burl, the leg spinner, taking 5 for 10 in 3 overs. Australia from 129 for 5 were bundled out for 141, 12 runs, 5 wickets, and Ryan Burl taking 5 for 10. Nothing went right for Australia, folks. Can you imagine Steve Smith shouldering arms to an in-swinger from Victor Nyongchi? But this is not at all, folks. David Warner, 94 runs out of 141. Take out that 141, the remainder of the Australian players contributed just 47 runs. Imagine 94 out of 141 made up for almost 65 to 70% of the runs. And take out Warner's equation, it is just 47 runs from the remainder of the players. So, folks, it is very, very historic, folks. Regis Chakabwa, captain's knock. What a fine achievement by him. Indeed, well played, Zimbabwe. And there is a bit of trivia associated with this also, folks. Both of Zimbabwe's wins in 2014 and 2022 were scored when Mitchell Starc was the bowler. In 2014, when Zimbabwe ended their 29-year jinx against Australia, it was Prosper Utseya who hit a six of Mitchell Starc to seal a famous win. And now it was Mitchell Starc at the other end, and Brad Evans finally got it. Nothing went right for Australia, even in the field, folks. Hazelwood bowled brilliantly for 3 wickets, but Aaron Finch, in a desperation, lost 2 reviews. He also dropped a catch, remember. Those 2 reviews that were lost hurt Australia big time, because towards the fag end, there was an edge, but the umpire did not give it out. But Australia had extinguished both their reviews. So it is very, very historic, folks, that today Zimbabwe finally achieved their first ODI win. Utkarsh Sinha, what about Finch form? Massive question marks on Finch's form, but he is the captain for the 2022 World T20. One hopes that he can only get back to form after that also, during that period as well. Zimbabwe's efforts in Australia, folks, were a case of too close to call. I mean, if you have to look at it, their closest that they have ever come to winning against Australia came in 1994 and 2001, both in Perth. In 1994, they lost to Australia by 2 wickets. And in 2001, despite Douglas Muralia's brilliance and Murray Goodwin and Stuart Carlyle's efforts, they lost an ODI to Australia by 1 run, once again at the Wacker. So this effort in Townsville, remember, this was Zimbabwe's first series tour. This was their first bilateral series tour to Australia. It was also their first tour to Australia ever since 2004, when they had played the tri-series. So it is a humongous feat, folks. Zimbabwe, breaking news for people joining us now, Zimbabwe have beaten Australia by 3 wickets in the third ODI in Townsville. But they have lost the series 2-1. However, credit should be given, they did put up a bit of a fight in the first ODI, but in the second ODI, they were just blown away when they were dismissed for 96. So, great news for Zimbabwe fans. Lot of questions to ponder for Australia, folks. Their troubles against leg spin, their troubles against accurate spin continue. Zimbabwe fans can rejoice, world cricket can rejoice that finally Zimbabwe have won in a country where they had never won. They have won matches in West Indies, England, South Africa, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, New Zealand, but they have never won a match in Australia against Australia. So it is congratulations to Zimbabwe, and thank you so much for listening to this live, folks. We'll be back with more updates from sports today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, folks. Bye-bye. Thank you.